Hey everyone, Sarah here at Three Little Potters, and I have a kiln opening today. And if you're new to this channel, I always have a ton of glaze combos that I reveal in every kiln, so there should be something of interest for almost everyone. This is the first kiln I've done where I tried to make the top shelf look aesthetically pleasing, or at least what I hoped would be when I loaded it. So hopefully this first angle is going to be really cool. All right, here it is. I have been teaching myself how to throw bud vases off the hump, and so far so good. Looks like a lot of really cool ones. All right, let's start pulling them. Okay, I'm going to start out with, this is Cobra Verde over brown bear clay. I wanted to see how this glaze would perform, and wow, I don't see any pinholes or anything. I was expecting more imperfections than that, and I just don't have any. I did a little bit of Lynette Opal on that rim. So this is a mixed glaze that you can find on Glaze. This is June Purple with raspberry mist on the top. This is Studio White with Spectrum's Cactus. So 1 2-second dip of Studio White and then 1 brushed layer of Cactus. Okay, this is June Purple with Shipwreck and Lynette Opal. Oh, that combo is really pretty. Let's see there. Yeah, I love that June Purple now that I've thickened it up a little bit. That's definitely. Okay, so this is Dove Gray on the bottom, Sunrise at the top, and then the inside is Tangerine. I did a lot of pours for the insides of these bud vases so that they could be brightly colored. So yeah, that one is Tangerine. All of my colored little glazes, like here, this is Canary. These are just Hanson 20x5 recipe with a little bit of added mason stain. So this is Bougainvillea with Canary in the inside. Ivy. It got a little thicker, I think, with the ivy. And then Victoria Green on the inside. This is Chun Seafoam with snow. It's pretty glossy, the surface. Came out good. I know this one isn't a vase, but it is Papaya on the outside, 2 coats, and Victoria Green on the inside. This was June Purple with a little bit of papaya around the rim. Seems like that pretty much papaya just incorporated into that glaze. So okay, this was Storm and Midnight Surf with Dirty Snow. All of those are mixed glazes. Kind of a cool pattern on that. I found that with that combo before, that the Dirty Snow really draws big fingers on top of the glaze. Okay, this is Autumn Purple by Spectrum over Pearl White, and the Pearl White I'm using is a mixed glaze, not the one available by Spectrum. This is Night Floating Blue in Dirty Snow. Bougainvillea, and this is with a High Fire Mayco pink on the inside. And this is the Bougainvillea over Pearl. I definitely like that glaze over it. Inside again is that pink. In the pink category again, we have rose quartz, brushed 2 layers. Poured that taupe on a little thick on that one. I'll clean it up. So this is taupe, just one quick dip. Okay, this is fruit of the vine over white with tangerine on the inside. Another taupe. All right, this vase was dipped in white first. This top section had a dip of storm, and this bottom section is brushed nimbus. This is pearl white with a dip of canary yellow on the top. And this is a dip of canary with honey flux on the top. Chun seafoam over white. This is Seltzer Chun, looking a little bit too thin with the mixed glaze Merlot on top. Could have gone a little thinner. I think that Seltzer Chun, I'm going to let some of the water evaporate off that glaze. Variegated Dove with a little bit of Studio White on it. This is Raspberry Mist over white on brown bear clay. So my plan is to do some bulk listings. In this load, I have all of the white clay bud vases that I did. In my next load, I'll have some more of the brown clay. So I want to do a rustic bud vase listing, and then I'm planning on doing a pretty large listing of the white base bud vases. This is Autumn Purple. That Autumn Purple was really thick, so it's filled back in these holes, but the white is shining through a little bit just because it was such a chunky application. It was violet on the inside. That's Hanson with violet chrome tin stain. And I don't know if you could see that, but it looks like they're playing really well together, Autumn Purple. So I might see if those two will go together without crawling on a larger piece next time. Our Purple. It's actually Randy's Purple, but I just use Our Purple when I'm listing these. This is just a quick 2-second dip. Okay, so this is the new glaze that I was trying out, and it did not disappoint. That looks really good. Okay, so this is Coyote's Magenta Sky, and I'm doing a glaze review of this glaze later this week, so really happy with that outcome. The bottom is Royal Blue Underglaze. Interesting where that overlaps. And those are cute together. Okay, this looks like it went a little too dark. This black vase did have floating blue and snow on it, and it is now a very black vase. Oh. So there's one on here that is obviously, it went crazy. And I think it's something over something. So I think what it was it already had white on it. I probably didn't notice when I dipped it in taupe. So that looks like the color of taupe with none of the crystals. So I think this has been doubly coated here. The inside was tangerine, which would have been cute. Okay, this is June Purple with speckled grapple, and I think snow. Just a teeny bit of snow, though. It's really hard to see it. So, what do we got going on here? So I thought this was just Dove and Raspberry Mist, but obviously it's got something more going on with it. I don't know. I'll see if I can figure it out, and I'll put it up if I can figure out what I did here that was differently. Could it be Magenta Sky? Coyote's Magenta Sky? Might be. If so, then that's going to be a really interesting glaze for layering. So this was white with Merlot, and I think my last kiln, I had some good results with this, but I think what happened was I left a blank spot to apply the Merlot last time, and this is just it over white, and it really kind of burnt out. Not burnt out, it's just more subtle. So same thing for both of these. I like that one a little bit though. Okay, so this is June Perry Pink and June Perry Purple, or yeah, no, or just those two. Violet on the inside. It's interesting. I'm not getting any crawling. So, you know, Hansen's a notoriously hard glaze to layer, but I'm not seeing any crawling where there's a slight overlap of the Hansen glaze with another glaze. So that's encouraging. And this is that same combo in a different order. Again, really loving the interplay of those two glazes. This is blue. Well, it's Delft Hansen blue, and it's got blue opal on the rim. And here it is with honey flux on the rim, Amaco's honey flux. I'm surprised that the blue opal and the honey flux with this base almost look like the same glaze. I think just because that Delft glaze is so powerful that it kind of overwhelms it. And that came out better than expected. This is Purple Aster over white. It's one of those that I got in the sample pack long ago and it's still sitting on the shelf, but maybe I should break it out more often. On a vertical surface, it has lots of visual interest. This is Copper Verde. One slight imperfection. Could be get a little bit more crystal growth in it, but it didn't really do it. So this is where I bumped it with snow, and it just kind of made the glaze run and look more clear where the snow hit it. So I'm going to be careful to leave that glaze by itself next time. This is Speckled Grapple and Dirty Snow over Studio White. This was Ginger. A little bit of snow on the top. And Violet in the inside. I think that Ginger needed another coat. I think I probably forgot how many I put on that one. But yeah, I think that's a single coat of Ginger. Could have gone more. Honey Flux on Violet. A little bit of a show there, but not too much. This is Blue Opal. It's a mixed glaze with snow. And this is Variegated Slate with Strontium Crystal Magic, cool on the top. And this one, interesting, looks really, the application was a lot more uniform than it's showing. So that is Textured Kiwi, partly over white here. And then just Victoria Green on the inside. I may re-hit that one, see if I can get it to even back out a little bit. This is Papaya over white. Papaya over white looking very much like Sunrise. I'm not sure why my papaya came out not very orange this time. Fuzzy Peach over white. Really love that color. And Victoria Green on the inside. That's a pretty one. Lots of like subtle variation there. Variegated slate with snow. Again, looking for that accidental, last kiln I had a sort of an accidental color change there of the, I guess the snow reacting with the strontium maybe. I'm not sure what it's reacting with, but really cool. This, I believe, is Dove with Papaya. Dove with Blue Opal. Love that rim. This is not a dark clay, just the glaze breaks in that color. Our Purple. Sunrise, 2 coats, and then Tangerine on the inside. Whew, we made it through the vases. Quick look at that half shelf that was underneath. I'm just going to point them out here. That's Papaya, Fruit of the Vine and Snow, Violet, Night Floating Blue, Rose Quartz, Fuzzy Peach, Delph with Honey Flux. This is Cactus over White, and it got some splatter of Nebulosa on it, I believe. And that is Purple, June Purple, with, what's on that? Bougainvillea. And this is White with Raspberry Mist on Brown Bear Clay. The Speckled Blues with Snow over Studio White. And this is a little bit of Fruit of the Vine and the Speckled Blues. This one here has Papaya and Sunrise with a tiny bit of snow overnight. Okay, here's a look at the next level. Cool. All right, this is Papaya and Fuzzy Peach over the Rue Stoneware Clay. And I see one pinhole, but otherwise it looks pretty perfect. I wish it didn't have that one pinhole. Sunrise. Floating Blue and Snow. Interesting. Snow looking like it's acting a little differently on some of these. Wonder if this was a slightly hotter kiln. It looks like it was. Tauve looking really nice in the bottom of these bowls. Really has time to pool and grow crystals there. And if you do want to mix that glaze, I have a video all about it. So we are kind of wondering if those pinholes on the last glaze opening were because of the clay. And so this is it on B Mix 5, and I don't see any pinholes at all on any of them so far. So it may just not like Iceman clay as much as B Mix. Okay. This cone shelf is really dirty, so I had to put some biscuits under things. And this is Tauve on Brown Bear. And again, I was giving it another chance. I had a few glaze imperfections on the last kiln load, and I don't seem to have any here. It does look like I got to a very full cone 6 here. I'll bring this up. Just a teensy bit over cone 6. So Blue Opal with Snow. This is Dove Gray with Blue Opal on the rim. Looking really pretty there. That Blue Opal must be a little thicker. Yeah, that Blue Opal is really shining this time. Maybe blue opal just likes that slightly hotter kiln. Sunrise over white, tangerine on the inside. This is fruit of the vine and has a spot of yellow. Fruit of the vine over white with dirty snow. Ancient jasper. Some interesting variation there. Speckled plum over white. Cactus over night. Liking that combo. Tiny dish with tove. Lots of microcrystals on that one. This is chun seafoam over night with dirty snow. This was the variegated slate with the sturdy snow on the rim. Raspberry mist over June purple. Same combo here in the soy sauce dish. All right, variegated dove with the blue opal, both mixed glazes. Merlot over white. Next time I will do Merlot by itself since it washes out. I know people do like that subtle look for some kitchens, so hopefully it'll still sell. If not, I will refire. Same here. I believe this is papaya overnight. It could be magenta sky, but I believe that's on the next layer, so I think that's what this is. Fruit of the vine, snow, white. Night, floating blue, and dirty snow. That one's nice. It has a nice bottom. Speckled grapefruit with dirty snow over white. So this over here is a surprise. This is nebulosa, and I think I've done snow on the interior of this. It's either snow or linnet opal, but whatever it is could have been thinned down to let a little more of the nebulosa show through. And this was me fixing nebulosa. I put a layer of ancient jasper on it, and it's really brought out some sort of blues and purples in there. Very pretty. Need better lighting in here. That's fruit of the vine on a little cup with dirty snow. I know, I squirted that fruit of the vine all over everything, it seems like, right? Dove gray and raspberry mist. Oh no, that raspberry mist, maybe it was just acting like that this time. Thick application. Maybe that one vase was just raspberry mist and it just really shined. This is raspberry mist over studio white. Oh, somehow this one doesn't look like it came from this piece though. It looks like it got something else on it. That's Rising Sun Chang over brown bear clay. And it's got something on the foot of it. I think it was actually already on the kiln. That sucks. That is floating blue overnight in snow. Same. I did a lot of these this time. They sold out really quickly last kiln load, so I'm trying to restock that glaze combo. Here's a look at the next level. these little dishes that are right here are a custom order for somebody who uses these little bowls as spider water dishes, and she told me that she has a spider that is just this color, so hopefully that'll be the perfect size. So yeah, you saw it in there. There was one that one problem child that was all over my kiln shelf. I think it was a refire. I don't know. It only looks black now though. It looks like something that's on its way to the garbage. I don't think I'm gonna try again with that one. That is a mess. Variegated slate with dirty snow on the rim. I want to like research what in those two glazes is causing that yellow reaction. It's definitely interesting. This one, same. I'm gonna pull all of those, that one glaze combo out so that we can. Yeah, it's the dirty snow that's bringing in the yellow, and I have no idea why. So this is that same slate blue glaze with a different modifier on top, Strontium Crystal Magic. And again, that's the same Strontium Crystal Magic over it. Okay. Raspberry Mist over Studio White on Brown Bear. And this was my refire of the Tove cup that had problems last time. I wanted to see if it would fix, and this is that Iceman clay rather than the B mix. And yeah, those spots just got a little bit worse. So a refire did not fix that at all. Speckled Plum over Studio White. Spectrum's Textured Kiwi. And this is Hanson with Violet Stain and a dip of Studio White on the rim. Nebulosa with Dirty Snow. This is Magenta Sky by Coyote over White. Just now getting into our tests with that glaze. So it is, I believe, Magenta Sky, and I believe I put just a little teeny bit of snow on that rim, but wow, did that move, and that is interesting. So I think, you know, it looked like Magenta Sky was really interesting on its own, but I think it may be even more so with others. So Magenta Sky over White, less interesting. Maybe it just needs 2 coats. I got a bump of green on it. I'm marveling at where this green dot came from. Again, Magenta Sky, and I'm gonna have to look back through and figure out the exact application, which I have filmed for all of these. That's 2 coats of Magenta Sky on the outside of that with the royal blue underglaze. And is that a slight bubble where they meet? Maybe. It looks like it could have been thicker there. Okay, and this must be the Magenta Sky over Night. So no crawling. And interesting. This was a refire, 3rd time's a charm on this one. It looks like Shipwreck saved those crawl spots from last kiln opening. Speckled Grapple, Dirty Snow over White. And this is the magenta sky on the rim of Dove Gray. Wow, this green. I think whatever is on this is what bumped the edge of my other pot. Yeah, there's a little bit of leaping lizard on this, a little bit of green thumb, and it was dipped in Hansen to begin with. It's definitely got some sort of weird interestingness to it. I dribbled some of this glaze on, and it was just like a line of it, like a line right here. So I'm surprised to see sort of this vertical color when it was just like one horizontal band. But yeah, green thumb and leaping lizard on that. And this was the satin patina disappointing cup being saved by Shipwreck. And I'm just noticing how Shipwreck is going over leaping lizard and really loving how vibrant that color is. So I'll try to remember that. Test Shipwreck and leaping lizard. Variegated dove with white on the rim. And dove and raspberry mist. Tauve with a bit of Lynette opal, doing something really interesting in the middle there. Sorcerer's Stone, that's a Coyote glaze over white. And Tauve by itself. This is Shipwreck over Floating Blue. That had some glaze imperfections prior, and I thickened it up a little bit with that. So I believe this is the start of some of my birch tests. I got river birch on the suggestion of someone, and I've never used that glaze before, so we're kind of going to see how that goes. So this is river birch overnight. It did not crawl at all, so that's Hansen with black stain, and I'm dropping things there. Raspberry mist and dove. Sorcerer's Stone. And Grapple and Dirty Snow. Okay, so on this bottom shelf, we should have some tests with river birch, which I've never used before. We'll see if it's all over the shelf. Made it to the final shelf. I can see a lot of river birch. Looks pretty cool, actually. Hey, I think my seagull bowl might have been fixed. That would be nice. All right, this is river birch and copper float, and I have to say that's about the best combo with copper float that I've found so far. That looks good. Yay! Victories. Fire brick and needed to be thicker. Fire brick. Oh. Yes, fire brick. I want to love you, but I wish you didn't have to be so thick. This is river birch, and I believe it's eggplant on the rim. June purple, the dip of white. Okay, this is river birch with a dip of Chancy foam. I think maybe my river birch needs to be thicker. This is river birch with Blue Nebula by Laguna. Interesting. I wasn't expecting pink from river birch where it's thin, but I feel like that tan has sort of a pink undertone. Yeah, really pretty with the Laguna glaze. And this is that Laguna Blue Nebula by itself. Again, Blue Nebula, but I've got a few little crawl spots there, and I think I did put a teeny bit of snow on this Blue Nebula. Really loving the variation there. I just need to get the application correct. I think I'll try snow and blue nebula on a soy dish next time. June pink and June Perry purple. And that is Laguna Sea Gold over white. By itself, this is sort of a beigeish, greenish blue glaze, but over white, it becomes a very bright blue glaze. Dove and white. Same here, Dove with the Studio White. Why did you have to run? I like this combo. I wish I hadn't have run. So this is my Laguna Desert Sunset dish that had the crawl spots last time. And I just put a little bit of Laguna Sea Gold on that. And I definitely really like the sort of subtle green pink variation that's going on there. I might try that again with the other one thinned down more. Okay, a river birch and fire brick. Looks like I maybe was too thin with fire brick. I mean, it looks pretty. I just would have expected more color, I guess. I'm not positive on this one. I want to say this is sunrise overnight. I'm wondering if it's sea gold overnight. We'll see. June Perry pink and purple. It's ginger with eggplant. A small amount of eggplant on the rim. This is Studio Gray with sunrise. Not nearly as orange as I was thinking. The person asked for orange and black, and I don't think I really got there. This is Rising Sun with a little bit of raspberry mist on brown bear. So basically all of these river birch glaze combos came out far more subtle than I was thinking they would, and it is almost impossible for me to tell them apart because they are so subtle. So I am going to go back over my video footage of that, and if you're interested in what these river birch combos are, it will be in my review video of that glaze. I just had a few last ones in the bottom. This is Graple of the non-speckled variety with Dirty Snow, Chun Seafoam, and Floating Blue. Chun Seafoam and Floating Blue with snow. And June pink and purple, ginger, a little bit of river birch on the rim. Sunrise with a little bit of magenta sky on the rim. This is June purple over white. And just a dove gray with a little bit of bright white on the rim. So what did I like best in this kiln? The bud vases, of course. A lot of real winning combos on this tray. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get these listed. I'm going to try to do a listing tomorrow, hopefully. So look for these in my shop. Thanks for watching, everyone. I forgot to say, I'd love it if you liked and subscribed. And for those wondering how the pottery challenge is going for January, it is going. I will try and update that early this week. Thanks, guys.